StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload, and today it's a game between Cham and TLO on Blackpink, the latter edition. In the top right-hand corner of the map, we've got the red Zerg player. It is Cham from OSC Elite. And in the bottom left-hand corner of the map, we have the blue Zerg player. It is TLO from Root Gaming. So two of the better Zerg players on Earth going at it in ZVZ. Haven't had one of these in a while, I realized as I was looking back at my casts over the last couple of months. I do want to do mirror matchups. Those of you who are struggling with mirror matchups, I do want to cast some of these for you, discuss some of the finer points of how to play them, and hopefully that can make some of you happy. I know most people aren't going to watch a ZVZ. It's going to get probably less than half of my average right now, but that's okay. I enjoy ZVZs, especially ZVZs that get past the Roach Ravager stage. Right, Ling Bling if somebody wins in the first 3 minutes because of a lucky Baneling hit. Alright, I get it, not fun. Roach Ravager battles are also just, they take forever, and they're just not that exciting to watch. But once you get Ultras out, once you get Mutas going, once you see some Vipers and some Lurkers and Infestors, then I think things get interesting. That is my personal opinion of how ZVZ is. Past a certain point, awesome. Awesome sauce. If this is all just Roach the whole time, I might be a little sad, but still, we can learn a lot from that as well. You Zerg players out there, and people who don't play Zerg and you're watching this, first of all, wow, thanks. I just, as a Zerg player myself, I'm not a huge fan of watching PvPs or TVTs, although TVT these days is probably the most interesting and varied matchup when it comes to mirror matchups. I know a lot of it is just Cyclones. I get it. A lot of it is just Cyclones, but the games I've been casting that are TVT are Cyclone, Reaper, Banshee pushes. Like, it's creative, man. There's some creativity here. Both players effectively on the same build right now. Pool, well, Hatch first. I'm going to pop here about at the same time as the spawning pool, and there it goes. Spawning pool done. Hatchery popping for TLO. Spawning pool already done here. So timing a tiny bit different, but basically it was a hatch first into a pool. Both players getting double queen. Speed getting started here for Cham. TLO actually not getting the speed. He hasn't done... Wow, he was late on that gas. Definitely late on the gas. He's going to have some slow lings to defend with. Will not have speed nearly as soon as Cham does, which also means the Banelings are going to be a thing here too. Oh, there we go. OSC Elite. Their little spinning logo, but it's only on this hatchery instead of the main. What the what? This is the second time I've seen this. I think this just means that this didn't load. Anyway, third base coming up for both players now. This is a pretty early third for a ZVZ, but what have they scouted? Literally nothing. I mean, okay, just scouted the third base of TLO, did Cham, and TLO's playing in the dark, man. He went for a quick third hatch and a ZVZ in the dark, but I guess he knows that Cham is actually more likely to go for a macro-style game than a lot of other Zergs out there, so it was a calculated risk for TLO. Also getting a Baneling nest back home is Cham. Same story, about the same location for TLO. So, I mean, these builds are basically identical at this point. This provides a little nice place for the queen to slip into. Is that actually... Maybe it's just part of a wall here for TLO. There might be a difference in the builds just on building placement. Just based on building placement entirely right now. Is TLO skipping speed? It sure seems... Oh, nope, you just barely started it, like, as soon as I said that. All right, so he is going for speed. I was going to say, skipping speed in ZVZ seems extremely dangerous. Perhaps not something that you should do. Anyway, Overlords in positions to scout. You always want to have Overlords out in the middle of the map, at this stage of the game at least. Until Hydras or Mutas come out, these boys are safe. They're very safe. You can see Ling pushes. You can see Roach pushes. You can see anything coming on the ground out here to murder you. Queen chasing away TLO's Overlord, though. Run, 0.9 speed Overlord. Are you still not fast enough to run away from a Queen? 1.31. Holy smokes. Queens are still faster than Overlords, even with their buff. You need to get to high ground, or... No, there's really no escaping it. This Queen is likely going to die. Also, this Queen getting chased away by TLO. This is so mirrory, although a single Zergling is over here from Cham. Doing some harassment at the third base of TLO, but getting shoved away there. Ling's moving in for Cham. Now that I've moved the Overlord out of the way, perhaps you won't see these Lings run by. But no, I'm pretty sure he saw that. Losing the Overlord, which is bad. But he did not get supply blocked because he was prepared for it. He was prepared. Ling's running into this third base. There's a drone here, and a defensive Baneling too. Bait, bait, bait. Oh, the drone ends up going dead. No, do not attack this Baneling. Will you get it? No. Good explosion there for TLO. Oh, offensive Banelings here from Cham. That's a 2-for-1. TLO winning that exchange and stabilizing quite nicely. At 69 to 63 total harvesters. Actually, Cham just bumped up to 73. Whew. Both players droning up pretty hard. Here comes the Roach stage. All right, so the Ling Bailing stage was very short. It was about 4 seconds in this game. So on to Roaches. On to Roaches, on to Ravagers. Getting +1 missile attack already is Cham. No sign of those upgrades from TLO. He has been a little upgrade averse in the games that have cast of his as of late, especially in the ZVZ. I don't know why that is. Upgrades are so good in these Roach Ravager battles. Anyway, ZVZ is just all about knowing when to drone and when to make an army. And it's something that I kind of struggle with, to be honest. But these players have basically the game sense figured out here. He knows. TLO got up to about, he has 38 harvesters. Was I misreading? It's 38 to 62 workers. Cham is up big time in worker supply. That just means TLO has a much bigger army supply right now. And he's making use of it. This third base in a lot of trouble for Cham. Remember what I said about droning up versus armying up? Cham might have missed this up a little bit. Of course, the bile's going down, landing on some of those roaches. These queens getting murdered as well. And again, it's not even the same supply here, but way more workers for Cham, which means the army is so much bigger for TLO. Baneling's trying to get on in and get some explosions on these drones. Pretty nice hits there, I would say, taking Cham down to 52. This natural base is basically just dead. Defender's advantage has got to kick in here eventually. Forced to fight with drones against Roaches and Ravagers is just a horrible position to be in if you're Cham, but he's doing it. He's doing it. He is losing so many workers. 19 drones have gone down so far. Trying to get that evolution chamber, trying to get the Roach Warren. Oh, killing Glial Reconstitution would be massive. But no, defenders do pop it for Cham. And Corrosive Bile lands right about there. Third base. Perhaps we can kill the third base. Say single Roach, you dead. Corrosive Bile's landing. Oh, killing all those eggs. That was fantastic. Were those Roaches? I bet those were Roaches that were going to pop. Oh, Cham wishes he had those right now because more reinforcements coming across the map from the TLO. He's up 95 to 75 total supply here. His army is killing it. He's basically stopped making drones at 38. Third base going to go for down for Cham. Can he recover from this? Is the question. Overlord getting killed by Ravagers here too with their Corrosive Bile. Cham does have a good army of +1 Roaches. The +1 attack going to help here. Once again, TLO skipped that. His dudes are completely without upgrades. Ling's running from Cham. He needs a good counterattack. This third base is not being mined at all by TLO. It's effectively just there for larva production. It's basically a macro hatch for all intents and purposes. Reinforcements streaming across the map here for TLO, pushing up this natural ramp. Ling's coming into the third base of TLO, trying to kill this queen. They are going to get her. They are going to get here. TLO pulling back just a little bit, waiting for more Banelings to pop. Banelings in this Roach Ravager situation are not that great. They really just aren't. Anyway, third base still getting hammered. And trying to take a noob third base is Cham while this attack is going on. I love the gumption from this guy. I need a base, he says. This is going to be it. Drones once again forced to be pulled off the line here to defend this base with their lives. Banelings taking out a bunch of them. Cham with the upgrade starting to get some stuff done here against these Ravagers. And it looks like TLO is going to be forced to die. I mean, I was going to say forced to retreat, but he's just dead is what happened there. He didn't retreat at all. Third base infestation of Cham, and TLO's third has been completely removed there. Resources lost at this point are 6,600 for Cham compared to 71 for the TLO. But again, losing a base is massive. The counterattack by Cham feels like, all right, you just droned up, didn't you? Yeah, 50 workers for TLO. Droned up, but still enough defense to make this thing happen. And Corrosive Bile being dodged at the last second there by Cham. He knows the timing. He knows exactly how much time he has to move out of that circle. And he has it down to a science. Glial Reconstitution by TLO just about to pop up. Already done for Cham here. We got that one done a while ago. That Roach Warren, did that go down? It did go down and then replanted. Dang. This is a pretty intense game so far. All right, who's going? Well, there's Tunneling Claws for Cham. He's going Burrow Roach. Burrow Move Roach here, which could be very interesting. Haven't seen that in a while, honestly. It's not a very popular upgrade. Yep, there's the Burrow. There's the Tunneling Claws. And again, speed for TLO just now finishing, which hasn't needed so far to this point, but feeling okay. So we're still 3 base to 3 base. 54 to 48 harvesters. Yes, Cham is down, but his third base is reestablished. He's very happy, very pleased about that for sure. Lair done for both players. Obviously, at this point, choosing to put their lairs at different locations. Got a northern Zelnaga Watchtower is held by Cham. And both players just kind of hanging out right now at 9.5 minutes. That is a Hydralisk Den for TLO. It's what he's working on. Cham, on the other hand, just really sinking his economy and his build into this Tunneling Claws upgrade. Being able to burrow and move is pretty good in ZVZ. Sneak attack burrow roaches can be super duper annoying to deal with. especially in these battles. Army supply right now is 3,000, about even for Cham there, compared to 3,300 for TLO. So slight advantage to our German Zerg player. Bit of a roach attack, checking to see, is there a fourth base we can kill? No, TLO does not have a fourth. He has not expanded in a while now. He took this third at, I want to say it was 2.5 minutes. And he still hasn't taken a fourth for whatever reason. So here comes the Burrow Roach attack from Cham. Trying to sneak on in here. Oh, if you can get the Hydralisk in. I don't know if you can. Oh, there's an Overseer. There's a whole ton of Roaches getting murdered there. But Roaches in the mineral line as well. Forcing these drones away. Getting a bit of revenge for that earlier attack. Spinecrawler getting some shots off as well. Some Burrow Roaches still sneaking in to this main base, but again, Overseer is pretty darn fantastic, so it was all right. A Burrow Roach attack. 6 drones have been lost by TLO to this point. Bigger attack of Burrow Roach here from Cham. The thing about being burrowed is the Roaches also regenerate their health a lot faster when they're burrowed. So that can be good in battles. If you can burrow your wounded Roaches, there's some Burrow micro, but man, that Hydra count from TLO with the +1 attack, he did finally get +1. He's working on +2, about the same timing as Cham, actually. So that advantage by Cham is going to disappear here. I mean, it's already gone. They're still at +1/+1. Yeah, both players are at +1, rather. Misspoke a tiny bit. 162 to 144 total supply. TLO is up in workers and in total army. So he's looking very strong. I like the Hydra. The Hydra mixed in with the Roaches means the Hydras have extra DPS. They are glass cannons, though. If they get directly attacked, they will die, but that's why these Ravagers and these Roaches exist, is to tank for them and let them do the actual damage. Oh, the Baneling Rain. Baneling Rain, is that what this is? It is! Baneling Rain on these drones! He's killed so many of Cham's workers. 34 have gone down thus far. Overlord, Droplord says, I still might have stuff in me. Hey, come look over here. Well, my army threatens you at the front, but no. Too smart for that. Too smart for that is the Cham. Alright, so these are just Overlords. I'm trying to see what blue is over on this side of Cham's map. Can't really see it. Burrow Roach by Cham sneaking around where TLO might be trying to set up his fourth base. Again, still has not taken a fourth in about 10 minutes of gameplay, whereas fourth base being taken by Cham right now. Burrow Roach is saying, please come. Oh, there's an Overseer. Yeah, TLO says, you know what, Burrow Roach? You're not very good if you're visible is the problem here. And no, they are definitely not. Hydra's going to town again. The Needle Spines. Just, that's what it is, right? Yep, Needle Spines. And TLO starting to push on up this way with the Roaches, with the Ravagers, with the Hydras. +1 Carapace on the way from Cham, but I'm not sure he's going to take advantage of it at any point now. He does have some Hydras of his own, so that's good, but it's 193 to 174 total supply. TLO is definitely up at this point in time, and it's going to be Roaches and Hydras versus Ravagers and Hydras. Roaches on both sides of this battle. A bit of a sandwich being set up by TLO, coming to the backside as well here. Defender's advantage kicking in very nicely for Cham. More and more Roaches and Hydras pouring in, but the reinforcements streaming across the map from TLO as well. The carnage here looks very much like TLO is going to be your victor, and he is. Cham with a good game. Cham is defeated, and TLO is your winner at 13 minutes and 9 seconds. Yeah, the aggression. When he killed that third base of Cham, it really set Cham back quite a bit there. Took out that Roach Warren too, and never got a fourth base. TLO had no intention of taking a fourth base. He was going to go for a big Roach Ravager Hydra push with +2 attack, and he made it happen. He out macroed Cham. He was able to kill 34 of his drones, which is another way to manage a victory, if you were curious. Definitely something you can do. But yeah, fantastic display from the German player, and Cham goes down today. Resources lost, as always, telling the story. 15,700 lost for Cham compared to 13,007 for TLO. Definitely lost of his own. 64 Roaches, 12 Ravagers, 10 Banelings, 4 Hydras. I mean, 6 drones. That was kind of the thing. 6 drones lost versus 34 lost. Cham was forced to replace those drones with larvae that should have been army instead. It was really fantastically done by the little one. All right, so that's going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.